Developmentally sequenced means we follow the child's developmental stages or milestones. That is what we do in CoordiKids. So every child, when they develop from a baby, there are specific developmental stages that follows on each other. So you have developmental stages in play, and we talk about play stages, and we have developmental stages in emotions, and we talk about the emotional stages of development, and then we have development of the motor skills, and we talk about motor skill development. So the simple thing is, if you can look at a baby developing, they don't just get to the stage where they can roll over and then they walk. They go through roll over, sit, crawl, pull themselves up, walk, run, and then the other stages. So that is very important to follow each stage, because if a child misses out on one stage, it will impact his function and it will impact the way that he will, function in everyday tasks, and that the way that he can keep up with his peers. So we as therapists have identified many more stages than the obvious ones that I mentioned before. So there are, for example, one that is crossing the midline of your body, the vertical midline of your body. And that, if a child can't do that, then that starts when the baby is rolling over. But in an older child, it means that they might have difficulty to follow a line when reading from the left to the right. And they might start reading in the midline and go to the other side, missing out words, or their handwriting might be compromised on the side of the body where they have to cross over. Or they bump on the child next to them because they want the book on this side of their body so that they don't have to cross the midline. Catching a ball is easy in your midline, but when you have to catch there or you have to catch there, it means you have to cross the midline. And we in therapy often see a child having difficulty when they have to catch there or there. You will see on the sports field, why didn't he catch that? That was so easy. No, he had to cross the midline of his body, and that's why he didn't catch it. So the other thing is how well the two sides of the body work together. So initially, when a baby is small, they do the same movements with both arms and both legs. As they mature, they develop the ability to do one thing with one arm and another thing with another arm, which is complex. They need that when they, for instance, have to hold a piece of paper and manipulate the paper so that the other hand can use scissors and cut the paper in the correct way. Two completely different movements with the two hands. And that is one of the reasons why many kids struggle with paper and scissors. The other one is also when they have to follow a line when reading. They really have difficulty to do that. There's also a horizontal midline of your body that you have to cross. If you can't do that, then your arms and legs have difficulty to coordinate. And I have seen people walking, and it's as if the legs walk in one way and the arms do not coordinate, and it looks clumsy. But the reason is that crossing of the horizontal midline of the body. And there are many other little tiny stages of development that we as therapists know about, and we see them and we can assess for them, and we can give exercises and activities to improve and to develop these stages. So what we did in CoordiKids, we took all these little stages and we packaged them from the beginning of development up to a child about 9, 10, 12 years old. And we have put in activities and exercises for each stage. That means a child starts at the beginning and then develops that stage, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, which means they develop in the developmental sequence that they should have developed when they were little. And it also means that they achieve success in every little step, because they don't jump from here to there. They go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, achieving success every time, building skills without feeling they are working really hard, without feeling this is too much, I can't do it, because we follow the developmental sequences. And that is the bottom line of CoordiKids, and that is where our unique success lies.